Well, well, well. Looks like we're back. I mean, it doesn't look like it, because I am back. Here I am. My eyes look weird, man. Like yellow-brown. Anyway, hey, everybody. Welcome back to Uniweb Productions, where I read a book that I wrote, because nobody else will read it. It's good, damn it. It's funny. It's about a zombie night, and people love it. Anyway, hope everyone out there is doing well. I am in a wonderful mood today. I've got a lot of fun things going on, and I'm happy to be back reading again. I love reading this story. It makes my heart feel all gooey inside. Which I don't know if that's healthy or not, but oh well. Anyway, so yesterday we left off very close to the end of chapter 6. Our hero and his two friends now, Margaret and Toad, Frog, the Toad, are now on their way out of the dark forest. So a lot happened. Toad is actually a magical toad that turned out to be a person, and we're going to find out a little bit more about his story here soon. But so we're halfway through the chapter. Just stopped at a chapter break yesterday in chapter 6, so we'll go from there and probably read into chapter 7. So, without further ado, here we go. So, the three set out again, still finding their way through the woods. Frog, now sitting on the horse with Margaret, no longer glowing but scowling instead. Funny enough, it seemed they stopped only a short distance from exiting the woods the night before. As they emerged, sunlight blasted them all in the eyes. The day was beautiful, and the mountains were only half a day's ride. Frog, so what gives? How did you turn into a person? Sir Aegon asked.
Funny thing about that, Gravely and I have been close friends for a long time. I help her a lot with a lot of her spell work and potions. We go way back. When you saw her at the creek catching me yesterday, that was not the first time we hung out. We play that game all the time. She's kind of a fanatic about it, always bragging about how quick her reflexes are. Anyway, we have probably known one another for close to 100 years now. She actually found me when she was a little girl. I was just a little toad then, but she found me and decided to keep me as a pet. Over the next few years, her powers as a witch began to develop, and because of that, she was becoming more and more of an outcast from the other kids. So, one day, she decided that she would make me, her only true friend, into a boy that she could play with, so she wouldn't feel so alone. Well, still being very young in her witchcraft, she didn't exactly do the best job. She did, however, instill me with some of my very own magical abilities. However, I can only stay human for a short period of time before turning back into a toad.
Wow, well, what is it that makes you turn from toad to human? Margaret asked, looking back over her shoulder to Frog, holding her tightly around the waist.
It's simple. Need. The longing for friendship and loneliness. Obviously, your need was great enough last night, Sir Aegon, for me to transform.
Looking from Frog to Margaret, who was wearing that same sad smile she seemed to have grown accustomed to giving Sir Aegon, he replied, Oh, well, that is, it's very nice, thank you.
Don't worry about it. It's not like I had a choice. Your loneliness was so desperate and depressing, I was forced to change. The only reason I didn't transform immediately is because I was tied to your stupid forehead. That would have been very strange first meeting.
Yeah, S.A., that would have been pretty terrible. Well, We are glad to have your companionship with us on our journey, Margaret said, smiling brightly. Hold on. You said you had some magical abilities. What are they? Besides glowing in the dark, that is. Asked Sir Aegon, interested.
Oh, right. So I basically have the powers of a toad, meaning I can jump really high, I can use my tongue to grab stuff out of reach, and I'm cold-blooded.
Well, I wouldn't lie to you, Frog. Those do not sound very impressive. I mean, how is being cold-blooded a magical power? Sir Aegon asked, looking disappointed at Frog's abilities.
I'll show you. Come here, Sir Aegon.
Well, okay. Sir Aegon rode up next to Margaret and Frog.
Now, hold still.
Right, holding still. Smack! What the heck did you smack me for? You almost knocked my jaw off, Sir Aegon cried, rubbing his cheek.
See? It didn't bother me one bit to just smack you right in the face.
Dang! Frog, that was cold-blooded as I have ever seen, Margaret said, giggling and obviously amused. Still rubbing his face and moving his jaw around to make sure it wasn't loose, Sir Aegon said, Well, I still don't see that as a magical ability, more of just a jerk thing to do.
Yes, I guess either way, right? Ha ha!
Frog laughed and didn't blink or break eye contact with Sir Aegon for longer than was comfortable. Okay, I get it. Great magic frog. Can we move along now?
Hey, you asked for it.
He's right, S.A. You did ask for it. Fine. Whatever. Let's go, Sir Aegon grumbled. Chapter 7. The Dragon. The Dragon. The sun was high in the sky now, almost directly over their heads by the time they reached the foot of the mountain. There was a board posted with notices attached to it. Beneath that was a place to tie the horses. Getting closer, Sir Aegon read the board. At the very top it said, Park closes at dark. Violators will be prosecuted. There were a lot of pictures posted of missing people asking for any information on whereabouts. It seemed odd that this board was here, seeing as how no one else had really ever been out here, according to the king. Trying to make sense of it, Aegon kept reading. The sign also read, No horses beyond this point. Thanks. Signed, Devil's Peak Staff. Well, this is definitely odd. I guess we are walking from here, said Sir Aegon, and quickly finished with, I know, I don't have legs, but you know what I mean. Wasn't going to say anything, S.A., said Margaret. Thankfully, the trail looked clear, and there was plenty of time before dark to make some progress. A thunderous roar exploded from high on the mountain before bouncing and ricocheting its way down to the three standing at the bottom. The whole mountain seemed to shake as the rocks and leaves fell from above. Hey, you guys think that was the dragon? Sir Aegon asked sarcastically. Nah, probably just a mountain goat or something, replied Margaret. Let's move. Finding their way to the top was making out to be much easier than they could have ever imagined. Every time there was a fork up the trail, a sign pointed them in the right direction, reading, This way to the big scary dragon. It was very strange to see all the signs, but the three continued to climb, ready to face the monstrous dragon. Another terrifying roar erupted from just over the rise. only a few hundred yards from where they stood. They had made it only a little further, and the battle of their young lives would commence. Stopping and turning to face Margaret and Frog, Sir Aegon had one final thing to say before charging into battle. "Does anyone else need to use the bathroom before we go fight the dragon? I can't have either of you running off behind a bush mid-battle to pee." "Oh man, I'm glad you said something. I've been holding it for like a day," Margaret squealed. "Oh yeah, me too. It's very painful. I'm not sure what I was thinking. We don't need to have come all this way to slay a dragon and go home with bladder infections. Everyone take 5. Our 3 heroes took care of business before taking care of business. "All right, here's the plan. Margaret, swing that scythe like you know what you're doing. You are so brave, you are going to do great. Frog, I want you to jump on the dragon's back and stick your gross tongue in its ear. While it's weirded out and trying to shake you off, Margaret and I will go for its heart. Everyone understand their job?" "Yeah!" they all replied in unison. "Let's go!" they shouted bravely. Weapons held high, they ran into battle. And I'm using the word ran very loosely here because Frog was really just hopping happily and Sir Aegon was doing his best impression of a silverback gorilla. Whatever. Moving at a breakneck pace and screaming as loudly as they could, they charged into the dragon's lair. What they saw made them stop dead in their tracks. The dragon lay there, right in front of them, panting heavily, its back towards the entrance covered in boulders. It was pinned down by a cave-in. The creature was massive, taller than an oak tree and 5 times as wide. Its red and black scales shimmered in the dying light of the day. Beams of sun still creeped their way into the lair. The dragon called out again, realizing this time it was not a roar of anger, but one of despair. The walls of the cave shook again, more rock falling down. Massive boulders blocked the way to the dragon now. The 3 had to quickly dive out of the way as to not be crushed by the falling rock. Sir Aegon took the lead, not sure if what he was about to do was smart, but simply doing it because it seemed the right thing to do. "Hey, dragon! Calm down. If you keep making all that noise, we're gonna be even worse off than you already are." The dragon snorted loudly, smoke billowing from its great big scary nostrils. "If you calm down a bit and promise not to eat me, maybe I can help you," Sir Aegon said, praying the dragon understood the king's English. "Essay, this is stupid. What do you mean you are going to try and help him? You came to slay the dragon and our job has pretty much been done for us. Cut its freaking head off and let's go."
"Yeah, cut its head off, man."
"You two be quiet. There is no honor in killing a beast that is trapped. I may appear to be a monster, but I still have my honor." Oh, brother. Well, you won't have anything else if you free that dragon, because he will definitely eat you," Margaret argued. "No creature deserves to die like this, trapped and alone. I am a knight, sent to slay the dragon, and I say we free it instead. I'll tell the king to go suck an egg. I have had enough killing for 2 lifetimes.
Yeah, but you're a freaking zombie, man. You're gonna have to kill to live, remember? You eat fresh brains,"
Frog smartly pointed out. "Well, maybe I won't anymore. Maybe I'll only eat plants and stuff. Become a vegan or something."
"No, Aegon. You will die if you don't kill the beast. You will have to kill this monster,"
Margaret pleaded. "I will not." Moving as quickly as possible, Aegon began lifting boulders one by one out of the way to get the dragon. Once he reached the dragon, he climbed on top and started lifting and moving rock away off the trapped beast. Margaret and Frog looked on in disbelief, deciding to do what little they could to help their foolish but good-hearted friend. After some time, all the rocks had been removed, and the dragon began to lift his body up from the cold cave floor. "Hello, dragon. I have saved you from death. I ask that you please spare my friends and myself, and you leave this place." Without warning, the dragon's head shot down towards Sir Aegeon, its gigantic jaws spreading wide, and devoured our knight whole. What is happening? That was the end of chapter 7. Pretty good, huh? Oh, yeah. So, it's getting interesting. Sir Aegeon just got eaten by a dragon. What? A dragon ate Sir Aegeon. So this is going to be interesting to see what happens. I don't know. If you like this video, you know what to do. You like. You subscribe if you haven't already. You comment. To all the people who have subscribed, thank you so much. I'm going to be producing as much good content as I possibly can fathom or imagine or that I'm ever even capable of doing. I don't know. I think it's good, but that's me. I don't. I hope you guys like it. If you do, like it, like with a thumb. And if also leave a comment and tell me what you think. Because I'm doing this channel because I love being goofy. I love spending time talking to people. That's why I'm doing the interview thing. I love getting a chance to read to my kids that I don't get to see every day. I got to share it with my son the other night, and his face was priceless. And I mean, it made up for all of it, you know, which was great. But that's why I'm doing it. You know, I love doing this stuff. I love communicating. I love entertaining. I want people to be entertained. I want them to be inspired. Like I'm just a guy who's a dude, who's a bro, who's a fella, who's a man, you know? And if by me doing this and acting like a goofball inspires anybody else to do the same that they want to do, then my job is done. Because I was terrified to do this. I was terrified to write. I was terrified to live. I was terrified to get sober. I was terrified to walk out of my front door half the time. And so this is huge for me, getting on camera and sharing it with the world, and it's the most fun I've ever had. And I knew it was there, because those things that we fear in life are usually the things that are going to bring us the most joy, like getting up in front of people and talking. Like, it's scary, but as soon as I did it, I was hooked. Same thing with this. As soon as I recorded myself being an idiot on camera, I was hooked. Like, this is amazing. I love doing this. I'm having a lot of fun. I hope you guys are having fun watching me. And me going like this. Karate. Bye. Subscribe. Yo, let me ask you a question. You like this video? Huh? Huh? You like it? Was it good? Was it good? If you did like it, please subscribe. Thanks.